Later, knowing that everything had now been finished, and so that the scripture would be fulfilled, Jesus said, I am thirsty. A jar of wine vinegar was there, so they soaked a sponge in it, put a sponge on a stalk of the hyssop plant, and lifted it to Jesus' lips. When he had received the drink, Jesus said, it is finished. With that, he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. My name is Bruce Roberts. I serve as the Riverview campus pastor, and today we recognize Good Friday, and even when we use the term Good Friday, it hits our ears a little bit different. It's a bit counterintuitive when you think about it, but it's because of these verses here and because of this passage where he says, it is finished, that we can look back on that Friday and recognize and see that what's happening on that Friday is good. Even though it was the worst day in the history of creation, when Jesus, the creator, was given into the hands of his creation, and we killed him, we crucified him. And there's not a worse day than that. But knowing that 3 days later, he would rise again. And because of that, because of the resurrection, we can look back and use that as the lens. That's what we should for all of our lives, right? But we can look back through that lens and that we can see that Friday as good because God intended it for good, even though man's plans were evil. In crucifying its creator, God said and meant it for good. So the worst day ever became the best day ever. A bad day became a good day. And that's why we recognize Good Friday.